Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grande has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
I'm looking to make extra income, to plan for retirement and pay down my debt. Do you have any suggestions?
You should try Phil's Gang.
Tell me more. What is Phil's Gang?
Phil's Gang is an investing education service where Phil Grande teaches you and guides you to making profits in the stock market using stock charts and following the technicals. Phil's Gang is a service for all types of investors, from beginners to experts. For only $39.95 a month, you'll get access to Phil's Gang live daily webinar class, Phil's alerts, and a huge library of educational investing videos.
But my time is very limited. Can Phil still help me?
Absolutely. With Phil's Gang, they have special programs tailored for anyone. You can follow him on just 3 stocks, or they have a working investor program for folks who have limited time, and all Phil's Gang material is archived, so you never miss a beat. Plus, if you have any questions, Phil's Gang has exceptional customer service support to assist you. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com to sign up. Or call them at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud Z store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
In a few years alone, just the interest payments on our debt will be over $1 trillion. So people are going to say, my gosh, how can you cut? How can you cut? It's like any other family. We can't afford these programs any longer. We'll have interest payments alone that will, by the 2030, will probably be the biggest part of our budget expenditures out there. So we're going to have to cut somewhere. We're going to have to shrink government. It's the right thing to do.
But it's not the thing they do. That's right. They never cut. What are you, nuts? Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country off the Wall Street Radio Network. Hope you had a great weekend. Wow, this weekend, all you heard was about the debt. You heard about the Obamacare, get rid of it, not get rid of it. The debate goes on and on and on. You know, what's interesting about this spending, they think the answer is just print it. You just keep printing. I think at some point, someone's got to get serious and take this printing machine away from the group of parasites who run this private company that's called the Federal Reserve. It's not federal. It's just a private banking cartel with a bunch of parasites running it. They print the money, loan it to us, and you and I got to pay the interest on it. That's a little stupid. Why should they, a private company, a private bank, print money, be allowed to print money, and then they loan it to us, and you and I got to pay the interest? Why don't we print it ourselves? Save that interest. How stupid. But this has been going on for years. And as long as they got a printing machine around, they'll spend. And they always spend. Right now they're spending $3.5 trillion a year, but they only take in $2.7 trillion a year. About an $800 billion deficit, if I'm correct. Or no, yeah, about that. But our deficits have been anywhere from $500 million to $1 trillion, and it's on its way back to $1 trillion. Now on Wednesday, the temporarily they suspended the debt ceiling. It ended. So now the federal government is not going to be able to go and get more debt until the debt ceiling is raised. But for the moment, think about it, this is kind of interesting. The Trump administration has been implementing emergency procedures to keep things going, to stay under that debt limit. But it won't be too long before they have a major crisis because they're going to run out of cash. They don't have any cash. I mean, it's like that regular checking account. Even Google and Apple have more cash than the government. That's pretty stupid. But now that Trump, before he became president, he was right about the debt ceiling in 2013. In 2013, I remember he got up and he said, it's wrong that they keep raising this debt ceiling. It's wrong. They shouldn't raise it. I said the same thing. Howard today, he's saying, let's raise it. He looks at it different how he's president. Hey, let's raise it. Things are getting pretty tight. Let's raise it. And that's what they want to do. And they will raise it, but not until after they get a big fight. So the problem is we simply cannot afford to keep adding trillions and trillions of dollars to our national debt by printing and printing. Most people don't even have an idea how the government gets its money. If they did, they'd be in Washington. Millions of people would be in Washington protesting. Never mind the marches they had on Trump. This is real serious if you understood what the hell was going on. But most people don't know. They have no clue where the money comes from. It's a machine. It's a printing machine. Well, today it's computers, but we still refer to it as printing. But everything's the same. Everything's the same. The Congress continues to spend more money than it takes in, but they don't care. They don't care. And so once they run out of money, the Congress, Congress contacts the Treasury and says to Treasury, hey, I'm out of money. We need some money. Treasury says, oh, no problem. Then they call this private banking cartel and says, look, we need some money. How much you need? 10 million, 20 million, whatever it is. And they print it in exchange for a promissory note bearing interest called the Treasury note or bond, which you and I are responsible for, which really gets me. I mean, just think about it. Congress just spends whatever they want, and they run out of money, and they call a guy over at Treasury, and the guy over at Treasury calls this private banking cartel, and the private banking cartel prints it, delivers it, and then we have to give them a note, just like you do with a bank note for your house or anything else bearing interest, and we got to pay for this, you and I. So this debt enslaves us as individuals. It slaves not only us as individuals, but as a country. We're enslaved. There's nothing worse than debt. Debt is the worst thing. Debt is terrible. It enslaves you. It puts pressure on you. It ages you. It is the worst thing to have debt. Breaks up more marriages. Breaks up more families. It's a terrible thing. And debt is enslaving us. Everybody says, well, we owe almost 20 trillion in debt. And that's a lie. We owe 120 trillion in debt because they forget adding on Social Security and Medicaid, Medicare. They don't add that on because they don't want you to think about it. But it's 120 trillion. That's what we really owe. And so we are debt slaves. And that means when they pay the interest on this debt, there is nothing left over to invest in to grow the country. That's why the roads, when you go down in your car, you have a brand new car and it hits a pothole. And the roads are terrible. I don't know where you live, but where I live here in Florida, the roads are terrible. But the debt that enslaves us, what angers me and gets me grumpy, it's out of thin air. It's created out of thin air by a crooked organization, a private bank, in spite of the Federal Reserve. But in spite of its name, is a private banking cartel. It is no more federal than Federal Express. It has a bunch of shareholders, a group of the most vile and ugly parasites, including the wealthy families like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. We have individuals, their owners, like Soros and Elon Musk and Sergey Brin and others. Only interest is theirs. They only look out for themselves. Imagine they print money and they loan it to you and me. They loan it to the country. Why doesn't Congress just print it? Nobody gets this. Go down to Washington, protest. Say, why are we letting these guys print money, loan it to us, and we're paying interest? And we're paying so much interest we have nothing left to grow the country with. Why are we doing that? Look at the trillions we would save in interest. This is so stupid. The private banking cartel also controls Wall Street and its 9 largest banks. This one I really love. So what they do, the banking cartel, they control the 9 largest banks, and they act as dealers to 9 largest banks. So the Treasury as dealers, what they will do is they will go and they will buy from the Treasury these bonds. And then what they'll do as a dealer, they'll deposit 10% of the total proceeds in their own bank and then lend up to 90%. Wait a minute, this is stupid. Example, the Federal Reserve will have J.P. Morgan buy a $1,000 bond. After depositing 10% of that bond in its own bank, then it's able to loan out 90% or $900 of the $1,000. What, are you nuts? So we have a total of $1,900 of new money that's now available, that's made out of thin air. This is crazy. We'll be right back after the break, and we'll make some money on stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MD1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software, I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang and follow me. You follow me as I invest in oil and gas production, UNG. You're not late. You're still not too late. It's early enough. You still can get in and follow me. I've invested money in UNG, and I put it on my chart, my MV2 color-coded chart, and I will follow it, that chart. All you do is follow me and just do what I do. At the end of each radio show, I do a video and tell you what I am doing with my stock. So if I'm adding shares, you can do the same thing. Or if I'm taking shares off, you can do the same thing. Or if I'm going to get out, you can do the same thing. Or if I tell you to run like hell, you run like hell. Just follow me. It's not a fund. So UNG's been terrific. Right now it's working very nicely. Our Johnson & Johnson, we have a 12% return. We still own it. You can go to my site, philsgang.com, and you can see the returns on the MV2. It's not made up. It's real. So for you folks who think you're interested in individual stocks and you just don't have the time, this is a perfect program for you, especially with exchange-traded funds like UNG or the Spiders. Perfect program. And this will help supplement the losses you're going to incur on your 401k. You're going to incur them. Hate to break it to you, but nobody makes money with a 401k because of the expense. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Go to philsgang.com right now. The phone, they're right there waiting for you. Join the gang. It's only $39.95. And follow me on these exchange-traded funds. So you're following my investment. So I'm actually doing it. Nobody has guts to do this. Nobody will do this in front of people. Are you kidding? They're afraid to be wrong. I'm not. What better than that? Just follow me. Don't have to do a thing. You don't have to think. You don't have to do nothing. Just do what I do. Okay. So we're talking about the biggest problem that Trump has got is the Federal Reserve. It's a huge problem. Listen to this.
Tell you what, he has a short amount of time, and I think he's sincerely trying. And when he talks about taxes and regulation, I think he's doing a great job. But the whole thing is, let's say there are some dire predictions that, next year, or say a year and 18 months, we have something arriving worse than 2008 and 2009. The downturn is much worse. And they'll say, it's all Trump's fault, it's all Trump's fault. No, it wasn't. 08 and 09 wasn't Obama's fault. It was the fault of the Federal Reserve. It was the fault of the Keynesian economic model, the spending too much, the deficit.
Okay, here's what he's saying. When he's saying it's the Keynesian model and they're spending too much. Here's the problem. And like I told you when I came on the show, I said, I do not understand why people are not down in Washington. This is what they should be rioting about. Never mind all those other marches they have. Here's what Henry Ford said. Quote, "It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking system. For if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before morning." That's right. So here's what Ron Paul's saying. What they do, here's what's so crazy. So the private banking cartel of parasites, they run the 9 largest banks in the country. They will say, okay, I'm assigning you, JP Morgan, as a dealer. I want you to go to the Treasury and buy for me a $1,000 bond. Now, you can take 10% of that $1,000 bond, and you can take it and deposit it in your own bank. And you can now loan up to $900. This is like funny money. So they take 10% of the $1,000 bond, and they call it a reserve, and then they're able to loan out 90% of the $900. What are you, nuts? I mean, $1,000. So you created a total of $1,900 in new money. Now just keep doing this over and over again. This process goes on until the original $1,000 bond, which is created from nothing, becomes $10,000. Then it becomes $100,000 and $100 million. It's nothing but a huge debt machine that's enslaved us. And the owners of the banking cartel own you. Everything that it's owning and controlling. They own the largest corporations, the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the judges. Just look at Trump, the 2 recent rulings against him. Don't think George Soros and Obama wasn't behind those judges. They control the media, what we see, what we get, what we hear for news. Thank God there's a Fox out there. They control the 6 major media corporations. I mean, this is worse than the mob. And this is what Henry Ford's talking about. But you don't see anybody out there, do you? So when they want the market to continue to go up, as they have been since 2008, they make it go up. And that's why they hold this $4 trillion in treasuries and they're not selling it. So all you need to know is when to get out of the stock. That's all. You don't need to have any knowledge of the stock. You don't have to know the market cap of the stock or the trailing PE or the forward PE or price to sales. You don't have to call a broker or a planner. You don't need nothing. So take, as I said, Johnson & Johnson. We're already up on that. But let's take UNG. We're just starting with UNG. We got some other wonderful stocks we're looking at. We're looking at the spiders. We're looking at a basket, an exchange-traded fund of all the industrial stocks. So just follow me. You don't have to know any of this stuff. Just follow me. And when I say get out, we get out. But this is what's going on. This is crazy. This is crazy. The way and Trump has to get rid of this Federal Reserve. I don't understand why he's just not getting rid of it. Why? I don't understand. It just makes no sense. The government spending is crazy. Because they know they just look, they're spending $36 billion a day, but they take in what, $3 billion a day. They borrow $5 billion a day. When 80% of the federal spending goes for Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, unemployment insurance, and they're not cutting any of that for the budget. So, that's why, as I say, the only thing you need to do is follow me with my stock that I'm in, my exchange-traded fund, and then you do exactly what I do. We'll be right back. We've got a lot more to talk about.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all materials are. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grande and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend, and Phil Grande can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grande.
And welcome to Phil Gang. We do have a retirement crisis. If anyone tells you we don't, they're nuts. Half of America can't even afford to write a $500 check for an emergency. I mean, crazy. And 54% of our 147 million workforce, they've saved nothing for retirement. In fact, that's up from 48% 8 years ago. And 60% of households will not have enough money to retire. So, because the 401k is failed. So I'm not telling you to get rid of your 401k, but I'm telling you, you do have an alternative with an alternative choice. You can supplement it by following me in an exchange-traded fund, the Spires. And right now I have another one, UNG, which is natural gas. Right now I'm in UNG. And once again, you can join the gang. It's $39.95. Go to philsgang.com or call right now, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Join the gang, and then you can follow me every day as I do a video at the end of each radio show as to tell you what I did with UNG or what I'm doing with the Spider ETF. If I'm investing more in it or I'm taking profits or whatever I'm doing, then you can mimic me. It's not a fund. It's not a fund. I'm not asking you to send me the money. I'm just showing you what I am doing as an investor, and you follow me on these ETFs. What is better than that? Who else would do that for you? They'd be too scared to do it. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. It's a great way for people who want an alternative to their failed 401k, who just don't feel comfortable, who now they can just do what I'm doing. Follow me. These are for people who have no time for class, no time to learn. What a perfect situation. So UNG is already up 10%, by the way, since it turned green on our chart. Okay, so here's what's interesting. So we know right now that the Federal Reserve is a killer because it only benefits the very wealthy because it's a private company, private shareholders. We know that. They're not doing anything for us. And it's just kind of like the same thing when the federal student loan debt, remember that? The Obama had this great idea in 2010. He was going to nationalize the student loan program. Very few people. I think I was one of the few that said all he's doing is screwing us, the shareholder, the taxpayers. Nobody caught on. I did. He's nationalized the student loan program, and remember he said he promised the student loan problem was going to go away. Really? It never went away because it wasn't supposed to go away. He lied to us just like you could keep your health care, you could keep your doctor. Same thing, same lie. It didn't happen. Instead, more people are refusing now to pay their student loans than ever before. That's right, because the average student loan debt now is around $30,650, and that's about a 17% increase since 2013, and people refusing to pay their student loan debt. It's amazing. Now, his idea was to screw you and me, the taxpayer, because he said, we're going to remove the government. No more will the government be lending to these deadbeats. We're going to have the taxpayers lend to them. How do you like that? Because the taxpayer gets screwed. Now, guess who's going to get screwed when the market crashes again? You think the Federal Reserve gets screwed? You think the 400 richest people in the country are going to get screwed? Are you kidding? Of course not. You know, it's kind of like the same thing with all the tax cuts. I was watching it this weekend, the argument about health care. And they had the big health care debate going on. Listen to this.
You're going to see the premiums maybe come down, but that's because they're not covering services and the deductibles are going to go up.
45,000 people lose health insurance from this plan. But right now, New York, people can't use the insurance they have because the premiums are going up and the deductibles are so high they can't use coverage that they will lose. And I think the essential premise here.
Oh, just everybody shut up. I felt like I kept saying to TV, you got Emmanuel, Rahm Emanuel's brother, who was the architect of this, Zeke Emanuel, a total dope. It's the most ridiculous argument I ever heard. Because here's what Zeke Emanuel is saying and the rest of these left-wing socialists. They're saying, oh, under this new plan, right now it's 14 million people are not going to be able to get health insurance. At least under Obamacare, more than 20 people have insurance. Wait a minute. That's not true. Why don't you tell the truth? Yes, 20 million more people had insurance than before because you subsidized them. But here's what he didn't tell them. Here's what Emmanuel didn't say, the communists. Never before did so many people, 38 million, who had Obamacare, didn't use it. So what difference does it make if the new plan is 14 million or 40 million people? It doesn't matter. Because under Obamacare, it was so bad, so expensive, that 38 million people never used it because of the deductibles, the outrageous deductibles. In 2017, the average deductible was $6,000. You don't get to use your insurance until you go through that $6,000. You're probably talking 50 million people won't use it. How stupid this argument to keep holding on to Obamacare. And you mandate Obamacare. You're forcing people into the insurance, and you end up with all the young people say, I'm not going to go into the medical. I'll pay the fine. So you end up with all the old and the sick, not the young and the healthy. This is unbelievable. So these deductibles are crazy. And they're also talking about another rate hike at 21%. So what's this all got to do with the stock market? A lot. A lot. So think about this. No one has the right to make you buy insurance to begin with. See, what the socialist Democrats have done, especially Obama, was to take parking space in our heads that every person has a right to medical care. And the government should provide it. What are you, nuts? Show me somewhere in the Constitution that says everyone has a God-given right to free health care. Show me that it's not anywhere in the Constitution. Is it in the Constitution everyone has to buy a car or a home? Why health care? So if you believe that's to be truth, it's a God-given right, everyone should have health care, then you believe in redistribution of wealth. Because the way Obamacare worked, they steal insurance away from 220 million middle-class working people who were doing terrific until they came up with this stupid Obamacare, and they steal from them to subsidize 20 million people. So 40 or 38 million of the 220, they don't use their insurance anymore because they got to get up to that 6,000. Look, no one's going to be rejected at any emergency room because the federal government sends money to the states to pay for these hospitals, the emergency room. It's a hidden tax also. It's a hidden tax in your premium. I mean, this is crazy. So, and it's just like they're fighting over these tax cuts. Bill Clinton had a successful economy due to the tax cuts. Obama had 2 failed terms because he raised rates. He raised taxes, which included 9 hidden taxes in Obamacare. And the big one was the capital gains from 15 to 20% and the 3.9% in Medicaid, where you got taxed on if you sold real estate or you got taxed on stock gains. Kennedy, Reagan, and Bill Clinton, all 3, revenues soared when they did capital gains tax, cut it from 20 to 15. Obama was the only idiot who raised them. And guess what? The revenues dropped big time. So, you've got to give tax cuts. In fact, Obama said, if you give these tax cuts when he was a senator, you're going to lose $5.4 billion between 2003 and 2006. Really? The Treasury's going to lose $5.4 billion? How about this? Instead, they actually collected $51 billion. They didn't lose 5.4. They collected $51 billion in 2003, $72 billion in 2004, $97 billion in 2005, and $110 billion in 2006. What do you? Let's be right back. How to make some money on some stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
I'm looking to make extra income, to plan for retirement and pay down my debt. Do you have any suggestions?
You should try Phil's Gang.
Tell me more. What is Phil's Gang?
Phil's Gang is an investing education service where Phil Grande teaches you and guides you to making profits in the stock market using stock charts and following the technicals. Phil's Gang is a service for all types of investors, from beginners to experts. For only $39.95 a month, you'll get access to Phil's Gang live daily webinar class, Phil's alerts, and a huge library of educational investing videos.
But my time is very limited. Can Phil still help me?
Absolutely. With Phil's Gang, they have special programs tailored for anyone. You can follow him on just 3 stocks, or they have a working investor program for folks who have limited time, and all Phil's Gang material is archived, so you never miss a beat. Plus, if you have any questions, Phil's Gang has exceptional customer service support to assist you. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com to sign up. Or call them at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend, and Phil Grande can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grande. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud C store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com and either click onto Walter Scheer's banner or click on the shopping cart. Takes you right to Phil's Gang Budsy store, where you also get the book in both digital and audio format. It's a great book. 92-year-old Walter is still working every day. He's CEO of one of the largest private oil and gas exploration companies in the country. Fascinating book, fascinating guy, and all the proceeds go to St. Jude. Talking about fascinating, This entire economy works on thin air, works on printing of money. Now, they've kept this going for 8 years. The key is, the shame has been, the amazing thing is people got out of the market 8 years ago and they missed this entire 225% rally. Why? Because they lost money, they made money, and then the market crashed on them in 1987. They made money during the dot-com crash, but never got out in time, crashed on them. They made money during the housing and financial boom, and they didn't get out in time. It's always, I didn't get out in time. Or if you're in a 401k, for every 1% fee you pay, you lose 25% of the money you have in retirement. That's the truth. It is not a lie. And you pay an average of 3%. So use 2%. That means you lost half your money. You don't have to believe me. Go online, look it up, half. So the alternative I came up with was two. One, how do I get people out fast enough so they have confidence to get into the stock market again? Because people got out of the market because they just say, I make money, but I always give it back. I have a way to do it. It's with my color-coded chart. I even do better than that. If you're very busy and don't have time to learn anything, then just follow the exchange-traded fund that I'm in. Now, right now, I'm in gas, natural gas. It's doing good. It's already up 10% since it's turned green. Since it's turned green, you got plenty of time to still get in this stock. So join the gang, and then every day when I finish the radio show, I do my video and explain to you what I've done for the day with the stock. And then you can choose whether you want to do the same thing I did or not. It's up to you. And so you know when I get out, you're going to be out. You know when I'm going to add more money, you're going to add more money. What a beautiful thing. Nobody dares to do this. It's not a fund, remember. You just follow what I'm doing. So check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com, or call now, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, where for $39.95, that's all it is to follow me. Tell me one person in this country would let you do that for $39.95. They won't do it. First of all, they're scared to do it. Also, go to my site, and you can go to where it says Phil's Gang, get into Phil's Gang, and you can see the returns. Just go to Phil's Toolbox. Go to philsgang.com. Scroll across where it says Phil's Toolbox. Click on, and it says MV2 returns. And they're right there. They're not made up. Nuggets up 21%. GDX was 13%. Will is an oil company, 33%. Rig, another oil company, 21%. Copper, 57%. This stuff's not made up. It's easy to get in and make money in a stock because the stock market is up 72% of the time anyways. The difficulty where you lose, you don't know when to get out. I've solved that. So join the gang for $39.95. Follow me with one stock. You don't have to invest. Just get the membership and follow me and see what I do. And you see it works. All right. Check it out. Go to philsgang.com or call right now, 877-600-GANG, where operators are standing by. All right. So here's what we know. That the tax cuts, we need tax cuts. Because, again, when we did tax cuts, talking about Reagan, talking about Bill Clinton, the country always made money. The country always boomed with tax cuts. Bill Clinton, Kennedy gave tax cuts. The only dope who didn't get tax cuts was Obama. And look what happened. His economy didn't grow. His economy didn't grow. Terrible. And he said, when it came to, remember when he said it came to capital gains? Bill Clinton, who raised the capital gain tax and saw he was losing money, by raising it, less money was going into the Treasury, he cut it right back. And then gobs of money went into the Treasury. And they asked Obama, why didn't you do it? Why are you raising taxes when it was proven by Kennedy, Reagan, your own Bill Clinton, that you make more money for the Treasury, for the government, if you cut the taxes on capital gains? He said it's for fairness. What he was basically saying was he's a socialist. And that's why we had the slowest recovery ever out of 11 recoveries. We had the 18 consecutive, we've never had 18 consecutive annual declines in labor or productivity or industrial production. We never had 18. We have the weakest labor market in 10 years consecutive. Never has that happened. the lowest factory orders in 10 years. Never has that happened. So what is Trump going to do? Trump's going to try to pull us out. He's going to try to get these tax cuts in. But the big problem he's got against him right now, he's got to get the tax ceiling raised, and he's got to get through this. I mean, debt ceiling raised. You got to get through this Obamacare. The Obamacare is the killer. He's the killer because you got dopes like Zeke Emanuel. He doesn't know what he's talking about when he says, "Oh, but you look at the CBO plan; they're going to lose 14 million people won't have health care." Say it's even 30 million. So what? What difference does it make? Because your Obamacare, almost 40 million didn't have it. Even though they had the insurance, they couldn't use it because they had to get up to that $6,000 deductible. They had to use their own money first. How stupid. I mean, the way they think, and they don't want tax cuts. They're fighting tax cuts. Now, here's Susan Collins. Here's what she's saying about the tax cuts and why we need them.
We do have to scour the budget, and tax reform does not necessarily mean that we're going to have a significant reduction in revenues. It's possible to come up with a tax reform bill that is more pro-growth, simpler and fairer, and does not substantially reduce revenues. I do think that we need an increase for our veterans and that we need an increase in military spending.
Sure we do. We need all that. So the socialists, the liberals got all upset when we took money away from experimenting with monkeys and see what happens when they have cocaine. And also we took cocaine and fed it to some rabbits, or no, we massaged rabbits, something like, I thought it was like $2 million we spent on it. What rabbits do is you massage them, and they want to keep spending this money on the NIH health center. Are you kidding me? This is crazy stuff. This is nuts.
It'll be the biggest tax cut since Reagan, and probably bigger than Reagan.
But the problem, he's got to get it done. So here's the problem with the stock market. The stock market has stalled after a 14% rally. That's after a 225% rally off 2008. It's stalled. But here's the beautiful thing. When you're with me and you got these gains, you will know when to get out. You just watch me. When I get out, you get out. What's better than that? Look, our debt is killing us. Debt to our 19 trillion GDP economy is 105%. Are you kidding? If we had a 60 trillion economy, it would be easier. It would be at 33% instead of 105%. Our debt is enslaving us. It's killing us. It's just terrible. But Trump's got to grow the economy so we can get rid of this debt. But they're going to screw him. They're going to make sure they don't get their health care done. They're going to make sure they screw him on the ceiling, debt ceiling. And you watch what the Federal Reserve does with it. The last thing the Federal Reserve, the 400 most wealthiest families and individual parasites, the last thing they want is for Trump to disturb anything, because they're making a fortune as long as the economy's not doing well, and you keep interest rates low to keep propping up the stock market. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. I promise you, I'm not going to promise you're going to get rich, but you'll get a good night's sleep because you'll know when to get out when you have profits. Follow me with my own stock.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
To many, the stock market